Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. I just wanted to just reach out and wanted to just see how everybody is doing this morning. If you can hear me, say put a one in the chat if you can hear me. I just want to make sure that it's coming through nice and clear. This is my first time going live, also on Facebook as well. Normally it's on LinkedIn and it's on YouTube, but this time I'm going live on Facebook as well. How is everybody doing this morning for this morning moment? Yes, brother Trey. So you can hear me loud and clear. Awesome. Yes, if you can hear me loud and clear, go ahead and put a one in the chat. I appreciate it. I didn't get on last week. Thank you so much. I did not get on last week, but I am on today. I just wanted to kind of share something from the heart. Now, I did talk to some people on YouTube, and they wanted me to talk about my company trip and break that down because, again, on this channel, thank you, sir. Again, on this channel, we talk about everything that has to do with helping people land a job in tech, whether that is tech sales or another area that they want to land a job in, by basically looking at the journey of somebody that went before us, and basically kind of watching that. So yeah, I wanted just to take the time to, let people get a chance to come on here. And but before I do, I just want to do some housekeeping things. So I just want to talk about a few different things. First of all, if you're on Facebook, thank you for watching. If you're on LinkedIn, thank you for watching. If you're also on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. I definitely would appreciate that for sure. If you can like, comment, and subscribe, it does well to get the message of the channel out. And so I definitely appreciate that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Dewan. Appreciate that. So, you know what? While people are coming in, I'm going to do a roll call, right? I want you to share where you are currently located. You could be city and state, or it could just be state, whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm currently in New Jersey. Joe, go ahead and put down in the chat, where are you tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? He's like, I'm tuning in from LinkedIn. That's right. But yeah, where are you tuning in from? And you could share it. You can put in the chat. I want to see where everybody is tuning in from. So that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. All right. All right, cool. Well, I don't want to delay this. I want to kind of get into the housekeeping portions of it. Oh, Minneapolis, Minnesota is in the house. That's great. That's great. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Excellent, excellent. So, I have somebody in New York City. That's cool. New York. I'm right across the bridge. Right across the bridge. So that's awesome as well. Yeah, so I just want to take the time to do some housekeeping things first. If you're watching from any of the platforms, you're probably looking in the description and you see some affiliate links that I have there. And so I wanted to talk about the three organizations that I'm affiliated with, and really how they are making an impact. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today, the gift of giving, right? And this is a great segue. So the first one is CourseCareers, right? If you haven't heard me talk about it before, you probably will get tired of me talking about it. But the first organization that I wanted to talk about that I am affiliated with is CourseCareers, and they basically are helping people in regards to tech sales. They're helping people land jobs as an SDR. They're helping people land jobs at digital marketing and IT. I have a friend of mine that I knew in college that I basically said, "Hey, check out CourseCareers. They helped me land a job as an SDR." He took the course, he completed the course, and he landed a job working in IT remotely. And I'm gonna bring him onto the show in the future, and we're definitely going to talk more. But he was definitely one that landed a job through CourseCareers in the program. And so the program itself is honestly wonderfully priced at $500, and you could use my promo code Joseph50 In fact, I'm going to put it here in the link so that way you can actually see it. But yeah, you could use my promo code Joseph50 to basically take $50 off of that. And just so you can see that here. Yeah, you can use my promo code Joseph50 and that will allow you to get $50 off. So it won't be $500, actually be $450. And it's a great program. You can do it at your own pace. And it allows you, if you are looking for a change in your career, or if you're looking for a way to get into the tech industry, it allows you that platform and the ability to do so. So yeah, so that's definitely one of the things that I wanted to definitely highlight as we're talking. Another one I wanted to highlight is actually because just keeping in vein with, and this is for Robert. Robert, shout out to you, Robert, if you watch this in the future. Robert Creighton III, but it's Jobski, right? www.jobski.io. And Jobski.io is a great platform because, like CourseCareers actually partners with companies that are looking for talent, you know, and Jobski helps you by not only basically having a community for people that are in tech sales specifically, but looking into the tech industry in general. But it also has mentors. It also has people that are established within within the industry that can mentor you, that can give you advice. There's forums. So if you have questions answered by people that have experience in the field and a wealth of knowledge. Plus, they have a job board that is based off of referrals. Now, if you know anything about that, that is a huge, huge thing. So that basically means that if you apply to a job through the Jobski board, most likely it's put by somebody that's in the community. And if you communicate with them, depending on how the preferences are set, you can actually be able to, get a job, be referred to a job position by somebody that works in the company. So your resume will go from probably right here in the pile to all the way up here because you're being referred to somebody in the company. So definitely check out jobski.io. Click on that link that I have in the description. And if you are looking to get into the tech industry, CourseCareers plus Jobski, that's a great marriage right there, and so I would definitely encourage that as well. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about is another link that I have here, which is actually in the middle of those two links. But it's called the Impact Creator or Creators Society. Now, you might be wondering, what is Impact Creators Society? That is actually a program that's created by Anthony O'Neill. If you know anything about him, he used to be a speaker for one of the financial, I don't want to say gurus, but I guess personalities or influencers that we've known for years. And he has basically taken that message and he is now helping people not only to be a person that is on social media and basically causing influence in a positive way to help people through the gifts, talents, and experiences that they have through content creation, but he's teaching you how to monetize on it. If you are not aware, content creation is one of the fastest growing ways to create a business in 2023. And it's going beyond just cat videos or even going beyond just the things that we kind of assume it to be. If you did not know, YouTube was bought years ago by Google. And YouTube is more than entertainment. It's actually the second largest search engine in the world. So you might saying, how can I teach my kids how to tie my shoes? Or how can I do this? Oftentimes you either go to Google or you go to YouTube. And if you type it in on Google, sometimes in the search, well, most times in the searches, it will actually point you to a YouTube video. So you could take the same talents, take the same experience that you have, put it on content form that's like a video form for people to be able to see the examples and learn and wean from you. And you'll be able to learn how to monetize that. And so there's people that are changing the trajectory of their families' lives and changing the trajectory of just their lives by basically going into content creation. So I just wanted to point out those three affiliates that I am with. None of the prices for those affiliates have been raised or any which way to accommodate me. But what I have received are discounts for people, for especially for CourseCareers. You receive a discount because I'm an affiliate with them So it's actually providing value at a cheaper rate than you would if you were just to sign up for these different services, specifically CourseCareers. The other ones, I believe they're still the same price. However, you will be able to give that gift to somebody else once you sign in, and once you get into them, you'll understand what I mean. But yeah, I just wanted to provide value, and that is a great segue to what I want to talk about today. Now, if you're just joining this, I did mention to you that I did take a poll a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't on last week, because I had to take care of my family. And even now, I won't be on for a very long time because I have to do the same thing. However, I wanted to make sure that I came back and I wanted to talk to you all. Within the poll that I took, I asked, what do you want me to talk about? And I listed a couple of things, and they say talk about my company and the company trip, specifically the company trip that I took. And I was planning to talk about that today. I was like, great, we could talk about that, and that'll be wonderful. But what ended up happening was that I started to, this morning I woke up, I was going to have a devotional, and I'm used to waking up 6 o'clock in the morning, getting myself ready, having a devotional, praying, and then pretty much making breakfast for the kids, taking care of any chores that need to be done in that time frame before I start work. So my body's used to it. This morning, forgive me, folks, the religious folks out there. I won't say religious folks. Let me take it back. I didn't mean it. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but I ended up going to my Bible app, about to go on it, and I found myself on TikTok. It happens sometimes, right? But I found this individual, and I'm going to put up their channel because of what they're doing. I think it's phenomenal. So forgive me. Let me just. There we go. I found him. All right. So I'm going to type his name in because, again, I was planning to do a whole different thing. And I totally am doing something different right now, based off of what happened this morning. So I'm basically online, and I want to shout out this content creator named I believe it's Hopiano Zero. That's how he goes on TikTok. Hoppyino. And so if you know about him, you could go ahead and put in the chat that you just say I know him if you know him and what he does. But basically, he goes and he takes people, he puts his Cash App out there, and they basically donate to him, and he gives. Like, he takes the money that he receives and he goes to the homeless, specifically in the area. It may be one person that day, but the the outpouring of blessings that he provides to them is out of this world. I'm talking about, like, giving shoes. He has like a bunch of shoes in the back of his car. He goes and he gets tons of food, and then on top of that, he provides them money for like a place to stay for the night, and so on and so forth. No judgment, no nothing. That's just basically what he does. And so he basically started to give. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, man, I was remembering when my wife would make care packages. His name is T. He goes by Tee. But what I put there right in front of the Hopiano Zero, that's his TikTok handle. That's his TikTok username. So if you look that up, you should be able to find him. But he basically just gives, right? And I was thinking to when my wife used to make care packages. She used to make care packages because she used to travel to New York to work. That she used to make care packages, just Ziploc bags with essential items, and she used to just give it out on her travels and as she goes. And so I just started watching some videos and seeing the reactions of the people that were less fortunate. I just started having tears coming to my eyes. And honestly, I was watching that for over an hour. I had a meeting earlier this morning, and guys, the guys that were on that meeting, I asked them to forgive me because I literally forgot about it because I was in tears. I was kind of in a state of prayer, and my heart was super tender because I was seeing the outpouring of generosity. And it's not just him. There's so many other people that were giving the gift of generosity in so many different ways. And so that's what I want to talk about today. This has nothing to do with as much as tech as it does have to do with just us as a humanity, as a people, really kind of understanding the gift. I'm gonna write it up here again. This is from comes from the heart. This is at a morning moment, so I want to make sure that I stick to that as the gift of giving, and I'm going to put the gift of giving, right? And so, and I'm going to talk about tech for right now because I want to kind of give an illustration of what I mean. So when I started Course Careers, I I basically told my wife that was it, and I told a couple of people that that I found this, but I wasn't trying to tell the world about the about Course Careers of this plan because I was like, if in case I mess up, in case I fail, in case it doesn't work out, I don't want to be that person that just starts talking and talking and nothing happens. I wanted to bear fruit. And so I get through the program. I'm done the program in 30 days. And that did not come with trials and tribulations. My wife was due. She wasn't working for a period of time. She was on maternity leave. The maternity leave was about regarding payment, about to cut off at a certain time. So I was a lot dependent on that. During the course of the program, I finished it, and on the day that I'm supposed to go for an interview, the baby comes, and we did not make it to the hospital. We were literally 3 minutes away, and the baby is born right there in the car. uh Hot mess. That story is quite the story. And but anyway, the baby was born right in that period of time. I was able to get the interview and land the job that I was right now, and that whole process took me about 45 days. About And so once I got into a job and Course Careers and everything, I'm like, man, I have to tell people about this. And so what ended up doing was I started to kind of talk word of mouth to certain people. I started posting about it a little bit on social media here and there. But then I really started to expand that to do content creation to get the message out so people could actually see stories. I mean, the money is great, but the opportunities I think are even greater. Yeah, and what I mean by opportunities is now you have gone through something, you've come to a place where financially you're better, where there's other opportunities that open up, and you're like, man, I need to tell people about this. And so I started coaching. Um, and I'm going to try not to be emotional about this, but there's been some amazing stories that I have of people that I was able to coach, and I'm thinking about one individual right now, and I'm thinking about that they were basically in a situation where they were in an industry that a lot of people covet to be in, but it was a very stressful environment, and so they were not working for a period of time, and they like myself stumbled into this program and they were able to go through the program, but but sales was not their strong suit still, and they needed some more help with that. And so me hearing their situation, I said, you know what, I'm not going to charge you for coaching sessions. You're not working right now, let's just work. And 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 there were times where we were able to get on calls and talk about different things. And because I do have some sales background when I was working in solar sales, that I was able to kind of share some knowledge. And because I was also an SDR at this time, I was also able to share some knowledge about the industry, and just being able to see that person go from, going through the program, graduating the program at Course Careers, then being able to go through the interview process, and the individual. There were times where I could tell the stress was a lot, and I would say, hey, and we're both believers. I said, let me pray for you. Let's just take some time to breathe. And through, I don't know about the blood. I don't think there was any blood being shed, but through the sweat and the tears, they were able to land that job. And I'm not gonna lie, I think because I cried so much this morning thinking about this story and other stories, and just seeing what I saw on TikTok, there is times where I'll be driving and I think about this individual and I just start crying and thanking God and saying, God, thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity and this platform to share what I've learned to help somebody else. And so this simple message that I want to share is you may have a gift that you've been given, whether it is a skill, whether it is a story. There's so many people that can tell their testimony of how they were incarcerated or whatever they've been through, and that could deter somebody from going that same path. So you have a skill or you have a story, you have some knowledge base, some understanding about something. If you can help somebody out, I would encourage you to do so, because that gift of giving goes a long way. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I got into content creation because some people encouraged me to do it. Otherwise, I probably would not have gotten to content creation at all. I struggle with imposter syndrome like you might. I struggle with people thinking that, man, he doesn't know it all. He's making mistakes here and there. He's not worth listening to or watching. I would just stop by saying this: if you're a person that is seasoned in this industry, whether it may be sales or just knowledge of the tech industry, and if I say something that's off base, you are more than welcome to come into my DMs. Let me know, like, listen, that wasn't, and I would basically say, hey, thank you for doing that. And the next time I go on, I'm going to say, hey, I said this and that part. And I've gotten correction along the way for things I either said or did. So thank you for those people that have done that. But if you do see me, just reach out to me, encouraging me and help me along the way, because I'm new to this like everybody else, right? But I still want to give because of that individual, because of people like that. I'm going to make it through without shedding a tear. So because of people like that, that's why I give. And I'm just encouraging you right now. If you have a story, share that story. If you have some knowledge that could help someone else, share that, because people need what you have. And if you're in a situation where you really do need, or you really are trying to find a way to get that message out, there's no better time than now to get into content creation and to share that message, because we can all provide a gift to another person if we give of our time, if we give of our talent, if we give of our treasure. We can be able to help others in ways that we didn't even imagine. And because we serve I'm going to speak for myself, because I serve a gracious God. As we give and as we are generous with our time, talent, and treasure, He will provide for our needs. At least that's how I believe it for myself. My God is providing for my needs, because there's needs that I have, even though I'm in the tech industry right now. My wife and I, we have a beautiful family of 6. You can imagine there's needs that we have, but we have seen the provision of God in so many different ways. And so if that's something that you believe, then we're one accord. If it's not something that you believe, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just trying to be transparent of where I'm at. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today: the gift of giving. If you can, whatever it is, try to find a way to give it. It doesn't have to be content creation. It could be somebody. It could be somebody that going on the street. I'm going to probably meet them. It could be a family member that's struggling. It could be a friend that's struggling. It could be a stranger. But whatever you do today, I want to encourage you to find a way that you could give of your time, talent, and treasure for another person. Because in the end, all we have is really each other when we think about humanity. So with that being said, I'm going to go to the comment section right now. I'm gonna put posting some comments. If you have a comment, see, I thought I was gonna make it through. I didn't make it through. But if you have any comments, I'm gonna do a Q&A. I'm gonna do a Q&A for like the next 10 minutes or so. Because I want to jump back and be with my family if they need me. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to the conversation. So Juwan Washington, I'm pivoting to tech at 49 years old. Congrats. Congrats. I know somebody, I think that they're in their 70s that are pivoting into tech. So don't feel like you cannot do it. There's so many areas, and this is what I'm going to talk about too, transferable skills. So people have skills or knowledge in a certain industry that could be very valuable in other portions of tech, whether it's product management, customer success. There's so many different areas, and sometimes we might shortchange ourselves, and we don't realize that the skills that we have developed or learned in another industry can be utilized in tech. So be encouraged that you could do it too. And thank you. I'm reading your comments right now. I need all the help I can get, but I'm determined. Yeah. Keep being determined. Keep being determined. And thank you for saying, yeah. I was trying to make it through, but I didn't make it through. But thank you so much. So right now, again, I'm going to open up for Q&A, and this is from anybody if they have any questions, from anything that I've said. In fact, I'm going to put that up right here so you can know what time it is. And if not, that's fine. If not, that's fine. I know it wasn't on for like a week or something like that. So people might not be on today with me. But if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, if you have any questions, I would love to answer it right now. Now, somebody asked me a question on YouTube that I'm gonna answer right now, and it's saying, "How do you find a work-life balance?" So, I'm gonna answer that while you put your comments in the comment section. But the way I found a work-life balance is honestly being disciplined, but really kind of gaining a vision for what I wanted my life to look like, and that vision starts to dictate certain things in it. And by vision, what I mean is I've always had a vision that we would homeschool our kids. Financially, I didn't know how that was going to happen, but I had a vision for that for years. And then once I got into tech, not only because of my job, but because of other opportunities, we started seeing that my wife could be able to stay home. And so by her staying home, it kind of like we started to form a schedule, and we started to form a way of maneuvering and doing things. And so the way that looks is basically right now, when it comes to the morning, I wake up in the morning, like I said earlier, I pretty much have time in prayer, devotion, meditation, and I'm trying to get myself ready for the day by mentally and spiritually getting myself ready. And then what I'll do is I'll start making breakfast in the morning, and this is going to be for the whole family. So I make pancakes, whatever the case may be. I start, cleaning up whatever needs to be cleaned up. And by the time I get to 8 o'clock, or 7:45, really, I'm waking up our daughters to go. Our teenage son, he's already came in. He started eating breakfast. We chat a little bit, and then he's gone for the day. And then my daughters come up, and then I kind of get them ready for the school, and then I let them, and then they eat breakfast and get ready, and they go. I take them to the school bus, and between that time of 8 to when I take them to the school bus around 8:45 ish, they're pretty much, you know, they're gone. But now that we're going to be homeschooling, they're probably going to be staying home, and so that makes it a little bit easier for me to work. So just to answer that question, the work-life balance happens because my wife and I are in agreement, and there's certain structures that we have set in place and some structures that we do need to set in place. And there's an understanding that what I'm doing is the work, what each person is doing, her roles and her responsibilities, and my roles and responsibilities are both important, and we need to support each other in that. So there's times where I have a lull in my day. I'll get up and just check on her and see what she needs to do. But she knows that when I'm working, she doesn't really try to disturb me because I might be in a meeting or something like that. And so because we're both home, our days are intertwined together. So we feel like we're around each other a lot. but at the same time, we are getting stuff done respectively. And if she needs help and I can't help her, I help her. If I need help and she can help me, she helps me. So hopefully that answered that question from the person that was asking last week about work-life balance. But we're able to get it better, and it's honestly more of a balance now than when we both were working outside of the house. All right. So any other questions, please put in the comment section below. It could be about tech, the tech industry, anything like that. If not, actually, I'm gonna give you a little bit more time. So if you have any questions, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, go ahead and put your questions below. It doesn't even have to be about tech. It could just be about life. If you're like, hey, Joseph, I haven't seen you in a long time. How you guys doing? You know, it could be anything. All right. So with that being said, I am going to wrap it up here. You know, if nobody has any questions, there's no need to prolong it. But I'm thankful for those that were able to be live with me, and for those that who are not able to be live and you're watching this, check out Course Careers. Again, there's $50 off with my promo code Joseph50. So definitely check out Course Careers. Definitely go to jobski.io. And if you are interested in tech sales, as you completed the course with Course Careers, you go to jobski.io, get a mentor. You could get some other people as well if you need additional, because we have coaches in Course Careers as well. I'm one of the coaches. So if you want, you can go to jobski.io for other mentorships, referrals to jobs as well, and just networking. And last but not least, Impact Creators Society. Anthony O'Neill is teaching everything from branding to 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 different equipment that you could have and content creation, all of the above. So definitely check it out. I appreciate you saying that, Dewan, and thank you for participating and being on this live. I appreciate that for sure. But definitely check out Impact Creator Society. So everything, all my links should be in the descriptions below. If you're interested in any three of those different things, check that out. But thank you so much, family. If there's no more comments, I'm going to go and take care of my family. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to probably make a separate video for the company trip. I know people wanted to see that. Again, I went to a totally different direction today because of what I felt led to talk about in this morning moment. But yeah, I'm going to make a different video about the do's and don'ts of tech company trips and what you want to be able to find yourself on the right side, the positive side of that conversation. But until next time, family, I hope to see you on the other side. Take care now.